What's up guys? Welcome to my first YouTube video. This is an everyday makeup tutorial for classes. I am currently in college, and when I decide to actually get up, be productive, and wear makeup to class, look presentable, this is what I usually do. This makeup usually takes me around like 5 to 10 minutes. It doesn't take me a lot of time at all, so that's why I really love it. It really focuses on skin, highlight, and a little bit of bronzer, and then the eyes are just really quick and easy. So I really hope you like this, and if you want to see how to get this makeup tutorial right here, keep on watching. Look at me, a YouTuber. I'm being a YouTuber. Okay, so we are going to start off with our primer, and I'm just gonna use like this little baby size of the Benefit Porefessional. I used to have the full size of this, but it ran out and I didn't feel like buying it, but then I got a sample of this from like Sephora or something. So I'm going to put a little bit of that just in my T-zone because my pores are like massive in this area, and so this just helps with that. I don't think it really helps with like the prolonging of my makeup, but I don't really mind because makeup usually stays pretty well on my skin. But if I'm like going out or something, I'll usually do more of a heavy duty primer. Once we're done with the primer, just gonna go in with the Maybelline Matte and Poreless foundation, and I am in the shade 120. This is a really good foundation. I really like this. It stays like on my skin for what feels like forever. But I'm just gonna put like a little bit on the back of my hand, and I'm gonna use my very dirty beauty blender. This looks disgusting. Can I speak English? This looks disgusting, but I promise I spent 10 minutes washing this thing and it's just stained. So I'm just gonna dot foundation all over my face. And the thing with my makeup for class is that I focus on the skin more than anything. I don't really worry about like eyeshadow or any of that. I'm mainly focusing on covering up my redness because I do have rosacea, if you couldn't tell already, but it's fine. I used to be really insecure about it, but I've learned to deal with it, you know? So I'm just taking my beauty blender and patting this into my skin. And I'm probably gonna fast forward this because it's really boring, so. Okay, so now that we're done with the foundation, we're gonna go in with concealer. I usually go in between two concealers. I usually use the Maybelline Fit Me concealer or the Urban Decay Naked Weightless Skin Concealer, I think what it's called. I'm gonna use the Maybelline one just because this one has more of a dewy, like natural effect, and that's usually what I go for when I wear makeup to class. And this is in the shade 10 Light, and the Urban Decay one is in Light Warm. So I'm just gonna put this under my eyes and wherever else I kind of want to highlight, which is usually like my chin, my forehead, down my nose, near the Cupid's bow, just anywhere like that I feel like either I want to highlight or like I need a little bit extra coverage. Then I just go in with my beauty blender and put that into my skin. And this usually doesn't take me like too long to do this whole makeup look. It's just because I'm explaining it to you guys that it's probably gonna take me a whole heck of a lot longer. And then I usually bring the concealer that was underneath my eyes onto my eyelids, just because when I'm doing makeup for classes, I don't believe in eye primer. I just usually use the concealer. It basically does the same thing. And since this concealer can crease pretty quickly, I'm gonna set it as fast as I can with the Airspun loose face powder. This is my holy grail powder. I don't think I'll ever use anything else. It's in translucent extra coverage, so it's just a loose powder. It is kind of messy, but it's pretty amazing, and my concealer always looks really, really good when I use this. So I'm just gonna use the same Beauty Blender and set underneath my eyes. And I usually like to bake, just because if I don't keep the powder there for a couple minutes, my concealer doesn't look as good as I always want it to. So we're gonna put a pretty good amount underneath my eyes and bring it in towards my nose, just so there is more of an appearance that my nose looks slimmer, just because my nose is kind of weird looking. And also, I don't know a lot of people that do this, but I like to set my smile lines because they can get pretty creased and make my makeup look kind of gross. I find that when I do this, and especially like bake the smile lines, it really, really helps with preventing creasing, yeah. I'm gonna set that powder aside just because we're gonna use it for our whole entire face later, but we're gonna go onto the eyes. The eyes are really, really quick. All I use is a Too Faced Semi-Sweet Chocolate Bar palette, and I'm gonna take, what are you? A RealTechniques setting brush and the color Coconut Cream, and put that all over the eyes as a base. Setting my eyes with that color is really important, just because if I don't, the concealer that I put on my eyes will definitely crease. The next color I'm gonna go in with is Mousse from the palette, and I'm just gonna put that into my crease and then just blend it out. Oh, I forgot to tell you. And the MAC brush I'm using is the 224. It's a pretty popular brush. I'm in need of a new one, I think, but we don't got the time or money for that right now, so. And I just gradually build up the color, just because I don't want to put too much and then not be able to take it away. Like every YouTuber says, it's easier to add more, not take away. Is that what they say? I don't even know. Okay, and then I just put an inner corner highlight. I'm using the Butter Pecan color. Just put that in the corners of my eyes, and we'll probably put a little bit more after we do the lower lash line. So now we're gonna go on to taking the blush brush from RealTechniques and the same powder that we used before, just whatever is in the cap I usually set my entire face with. And I'm just gonna wipe the excess powder underneath my eyes as well, and we can move forward to the lower lash line. We're gonna use the, what are you? Zoeva 227 Luxe Soft Definer brush. I'm gonna take that mousse color and a little bit of Truffled and put that on my lower lash line. Alright, now we're gonna move on to warming up the face. I'm just gonna use the same brush that I used for powder and the NYC Smooth Skin Bronzing Face Powder. This is 720A Sunny. And I'm just gonna use this to bronze up my face because I'm pretty pale. And I'm just kind of focusing this on the tops of my cheeks, just because I don't want to use it as a contour. I think it's too warm for that. And then I'm just gonna go around the sides of my face, just so I can fake a tan. Then I go around my jawline, my chin, just to define a little bit, and down my neck, just because my neck is always so pale compared to the rest of my face. I don't really like to contour when I'm just doing this like really quick makeup, just because I feel like if I do that it starts to look like really glam. So I don't contour, but I really I go all out with highlight, just because I think it makes it look more youthful and glowing and makes it look a little bit more natural, I guess. Again, I'm going to take my disgusting beauty blender and ColourPop's Lunch Money highlight. I think this is a really pretty base for a highlight, and then focus on the tops of my cheekbones, and I bring it a little bit down near the apples of my cheeks, just because I like that when I'm like smiling or something. I just want it to look really glowy right there. And I do put a highlight on top of this. Put it on my chin, Cupid's bow, and then I take my finger and put it on my nose, tip of my nose, blend it out just a little bit on my forehead. After we're done with that, we're gonna take our powder highlight, which is the Laura Geller Gilded Honey. This is my favorite highlight of all time. I think it's amazing. If I can get it open. I'm going to take the EcoTools fan brush and the Laura Geller highlight and just put that on top of my cheeks. So I basically want to look like a disco ball, a light in the sky. I like a lot of highlight. I think this is my favorite part of makeup, is getting to put highlight everywhere on my face. And I do like to use this as an inner corner highlight too, just to layer on. I like this to be really open, especially because I'm like tired all the time. This really helps make me look a little awake. Onto eyebrows. I usually use either the NYX Micro Pencil in taupe or the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz in taupe. I go between these two. It's whatever I can afford or have at the time, because this is 10 and this is 20 or 21, I believe. So if I have the Anastasia one, I will use that, just because I think it's a little bit better than the NYX one. But when I'm doing makeup like this, which I want to kind of tone down everything, I usually don't fill in my eyebrows with a pencil, just because I think it looks a little too harsh. So what I do is I just comb through my brows first, just because they can look a little crazy if I don't. And I will take the Urban Decay brow box. I think this is their old packaging. I've had this for a really long time. So it comes with a wax and 2 brow colors. This is in the color Honey Pot. I don't even remember when I got this, but I remember I just kind of picked it up, so I didn't even know if it was my right shade, but I guess it is. So I take an angled brush. This is Zoeva 317 winged eyeliner, and I take this color right here, the darker one, and I just run it through my brows, just helping out the little bald spots. Mainly focus on the tail end of my brow, just because I like that to look a little thicker, and then I just run it through the front part of my brow. It's really easy. I don't really care if it looks like crap, because it's makeup. It washes off at the end of the day anyway. After I do that, I take Benefit's Give Me Brow in, what color are you? Medium deep. This has fiber hairs or something like that in it. I don't know. So I just run that lightly through my brows. The last step for my brows is I take Anastasia Beverly Hills Clear Brow Gel and just to set them. If I don't do this step, my eyebrows go all over the place and I end up looking like a crazy person. This is literally like hairspray or like cement for your eyebrows. It's amazing. I appreciate this product. Okay, so one of the last steps is curling my eyelashes and putting mascara on. This is just like a random Maybelline pair of curlers. I used to have this really good pair of eyelash curlers that I think I got like from Forever 21. They were like $4 and it was amazing, but I lost them, so. And I use one of my favorite mascaras of life, Voluminous. Let's speak English. This is the Miss Manga mascara from L'Oreal. It's literally amazing. It's life. So I just put mascara on like any other human being. If you don't know how to put mascara on, I'm sure there's tutorials on YouTube for it. But I think it's pretty self-explanatory. Just be careful because this mascara can go super clumpy really quick, but I kind of like the clumpier look. When I'm doing this makeup look, I don't really focus on making my eyelashes look perfect. And then I just put some on the bottom. I don't like a lot of mascara on my lower lashes just because I think it can really like make my eyes look a lot smaller than they actually are. So if I do like put too much like I just did on this eye, I usually take a spoolie and just take some of the excess product out. Okay, and the last thing that I do is just put any chapstick on. I don't usually wear like lip gloss or lipstick. When I do this, I just find that putting chapstick on and then adding a little bit more highlight just tones the look down. And sometimes I'll put a little highlight on the center eye lip. Alright, so this is the final look. This is my very first video, so go easy on me. This is what I wear to class anytime I actually feel like wearing makeup, and when I don't, I just go barefaced. So yeah, that's the end of the tutorial. I hope you really liked it. If you did, give a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel for new videos. But yeah, thanks for watching. See you next video. Bye.